Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. Twitch Studio just kind of collapsed in on itself. Um, Welcome to Visual Novel Tuesday, Visual Novel Night. Every Tuesday, we're gonna keep playing Highway Blossoms because I am loving this story. Give you the rundown before if you're brand new to the stream, brand new to Visual Novel Night. First things first, it's a story of Amber. She's the protagonist. And then there's Marina, who is tagging along with her. And Marina is on a treasure hunt and has roped Amber into the adventure. Additionally, there's Mariah, there's Joseph, and there's Tess. And those three are additional treasure hunters on the same adventure. So you have these two who are definitely going to fall in love by the end of it, and then you have these three. So I have been doing voices for all of them, um, more or less. I'm good with everybody except Mariah. I still can't figure out how I want to go with her voice. One of these days, I got the Stream Deck, and so like I had the idea of doing. I would do like different voice mods for each character, and I still haven't set that up yet. I'm still kind of screwing around with that, but we will get there when we get there. Hopefully by next week, I can have actually decided to do that. Hey, what's going on? Simply a gamer YouTube YT. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the chat message. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a pretty average Tuesday here. So I am glad to get the break for a little bit. I was going back and forth whether to do a visual novel or just do Fortnite or something. But I'm glad I'm here doing a visual novel. We'll see how it goes. It's analytics thing. Oh, okay. All right. Let's rock and roll. Return. Load game. Oh, 7/12/2022. I thought it was December 2022. I was so very confused. All right, so let's get back into it. A thunderous banging wakes me from a dead sleep, rattling the entire motorhome. Hey, I know you two are in there. You thieves better still not be sleeping. Better not still be sleeping. The muffled shout leaks in from outside, followed by another voice. Sis, it's not even 7. Can we go back to bed? And another voice. You're better off just rolling with it. For her, it may as well be noon. Open up or I swear Joe's gonna bust down this door. Wait, what? Okay, I'm trying to figure out whose voices are who so I can get into it. Wait, what? Yeah, because I got the weird country voice for Joe. Gee, I wonder who this could be. And then like Amber, I'm doing like my normal voice. And then Marina, I've got like this little cute Moe Moe Kyun voice that I'm still working on. It's a work in progress. Okay. But Mariah is still very up in the air. I don't know what we're gonna. I keep going to like this tomboy, but like I don't know how to voice a tomboy. I don't know. I'll talk to my sister about it or something. Roll out of bed and open the slider connecting the other rooms. Marina's sitting pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with the sheets over her head. Who do you think it is? Take a wild guess. I march over and throw open the door. As expected, my three favorite people stand before me. It's about time. Do you have any idea how long we've been out here? Yeah, I can do like a super cigarette voice for Mariah for some reason. I don't know. Like she's been living out on the swamp for a while. And that'll pair nicely with Joseph's voice, because he's Like a Forrest Gump type character. Okay. Alright, we're going to chase that for a little while. We'll see how it goes. A groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground. It's funny that you, of all people, accuse us of theft. What else would you call what happened to my equipment? I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember? Correction. Joe loaned it to you. Joseph gives a tired smirk and waves. I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I've ever seen it. She pushes me aside and clambers into the motorhome, followed by the other two. Looks like we're coming in. Good morning. Hey, you three. Morning. How you guys doing? Tired. For what it's worth, we tried stopping her. Mariah stomps into the middle of the motorhome, analyzing everything before releasing a loud scoff. Ugh. So where's my stuff? If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your... Don't worry about it. You guys are great. Hey, Tess, did you hang up your new wind chime? Tess's eyes flicker with interest. God damn it, Siri. Tess's eyes flicker with interest for all of a sudden, and then return to their obstinate, droopy state. Uh-huh, above my bed. What's up with the fold-out? You two don't sleep together? What? Told you. Damn it. Grumbling, Mariah pulls a bill from her pocket and slaps in Joe's hand. Does that mean we get to sleep in tomorrow morning? Sure does, kiddo. Sure does. The ringleader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge. Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair. Come on, just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart her car. Mariah's attention turns to the counter, topped with an open box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before. And whose fault was... What is this? What is what? The thing on the counter. It almost looks like... Oh, that? That's the piece of the treasure we found. Huh, yeah, right. You're kidding. She chuckles. She stops. She's kidding, right? I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile. Nope. She's telling the truth. 100%. I wrap my arm around Mariah and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed glances. We found it last night with your equipment. She stands there, stupefied. No, that's impossible. You're lying. Really now? Hey, Marina, why don't you tell her about it? Sure thing. It started yesterday after we met. Amber looked at the journal again and thought it might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, it turns out she's right. Sorry, I hit the mouse button. Anyway, turns out she was right. Mariah looked down, muttering to herself. But how? Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain? It doesn't make no sense if he was going back to Missouri. Her voice diminishes until her words are reduced to lip flaps. Like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation, she retreats into her own little world. Mariah? A smidge of sympathy buds inside me. I look to Joseph and Tess. Even they're a little shocked. Is she gonna be okay? I honestly don't know. Tess approaches Mariah, who's still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her hand reaching upwards, trying to wave it in front of Mariah and bring her back to our world. No response. Tess pulls Mariah's arms skyward and allows them to flop to her side. Still, no response. You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we was kids. Joseph steps up to the counter and stares into the box. Never expected someone else to find it before us. That's it's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed. There's that, too. He sighs, and then with a shrug cracks a smile. Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool. So if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you. You guys want to stick around? We could tell you more about it. He looks at Mariah. Somehow, I don't think that would be healthy for her or you. He grabs Mariah by the shoulders and begins pushing her towards the exit. Come on, Mariah. Let's go make you a nice cold Michelada. You two can keep the equipment. Think of it as an apology gift. Because cheaply made tools I could get at any hardware store are of equal value to a car. They're almost out of the motorhome when Mariah flips and rushes back. Hold on a minute, thief! She looks me straight in the eyes, her expression returning to that of a piercing hawk. You just had beginner's luck. You might have found the first piece, but I promise you, me and my team will find the rest. She extends a hand and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a smirk of my own. You're on. Marina and Joseph both let out a sigh of relief, as if they've just witnessed the signing of a peace treaty. Well, I guess that takes care of that. Now let's get out of here and go back to a proper base. Are you gonna drink until you feel better again, sis? Shut up. Didn't Mom ever teach you any manners? You always said that Mom was an air-headed ditz who wouldn't know good advice or a good man if it bit her on the butt. Oh, yeah. Sorry for all the trouble, ladies. I'll see you two down the road. Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance. 2 seconds. Sorry, I gotta turn on streamer mode right quick on Discord so it stops. Yeah, hopefully it'll stop giving me notifications. If it doesn't, who knows? Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance. Were you serious? Were you serious? About what? The treasure. You told Mariah that you were going to go find the rest? If you were just being nice and want to leave now, that's fine too. You've already done enough for me. She casts her eye downward to hide her emotions, but I know better by now. And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no. Her eyes bounce back. Besides, someone's got to keep you from getting yourself into trouble. May as well be me. For real? But don't you have that festival to go to? It's still a little while away. I wanted to do some sightseeing anyway. Marina launches forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold freight train. Gold-filled freight train. I don't even try to resist. It's futile in the grace of Marina's hugs. Thank you. Actually, I probably owe you an apology. She cocks her head and looks up at me. I look away, my bashful side taking over. Oh, he's so cute. Well, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff. Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have even given me the time of day. Yeah, but relax. Just figure out where we have to go next. Smile. We walk to the front of the RV and take our seats. Grabbing the journal from the glove compartment, I flip it open. I glance over to the second to last entry. Key phrases like split path, detour, and acres of identical arched stone throw my brain into the deep end, drowning me in dizzying puzzles I've seen before I even read it. Marina peeks over, trying to decipher the entries with me. A speck of inadequacy crawls up inside me. I flip to the next entry before Marina notices I'm stuck. I'll deal with that later. For now, we'll just narrow this down. Much has happened since my last entry, so let me waste no time beginning. As I mentioned previously, I had begun to develop a cough of sorts during my travels. At the time, I thought nothing of it, just a result of being overexposed to the elements. After all, a handsomely rugged and worldly man such as myself should be used to such things. But I digress. Unfortunately, the more I continued under the blazing sun, the more my condition worsened, until finally my body gave out. The last thing I remember is falling off my steed. Sometime later, I awoke next to a fire with my horse nearby. I myself could not move, as I was held down by illness and sweat, but I was reassured by a man sitting across from me. Upon further inspection, I realized he was a native of this land. I'd had several encounters with people of his sort during my time on the wagon trail, so naturally I was suspicious and fearful for the remainder of my gold. However, the man said that he had no interest in such things. A dry, quiet fellow, the man told me his name was Lamasi, and that I was in a canyon his people occupied, although they had been driven to a different segment of it some years back. His English was quite fluent, and when I inquired, he said he had learned from settlers as a boy. Over the next several days, Lamasi would nurse me back to health. We would never stray too far, as he preferred looking after his estranged tribe from a distance. But I was able to explore portions of his home. Eventually, I stumbled upon a long ruined home built into a cave on the side of the mountain. According to Lamasi, there are many more like it, though they had originally belonged to the enemies of his ancestors. It was then that I realized where I would leave the next portion of my bounty. On my last day with him, I informed Lamasi of my plans, where he casually promised to guard it for me until I return. But before I left, he pointed me in the direction of a sacred landmark, one so giant and huge it would simultaneously be a conspicuous and inconspicuous hiding place. With that knowledge, I bid farewell to my new friend and trusted the gold in his care. Perhaps I will reward him with some of it on the return trip. You're mine, Lamasi, Amber. Suddenly, my chest feels like a hummingbird is fluttering around it. I shift my eyes away from her and smile. I shift my eyes away from her smile and hide my face. Thanks. When you strip away the circumstances, I guess I did save and protect her like that Lamasi guy did with the miner. A gorge is like a canyon, right? Marina leans in closer and points to the entry, strands of her soft hair tickling my cheek. I scoot back and power through it, taking a sharp breath to recollect myself. Basically, yeah. Marina nearly springs out of her chair in a burst of realization, her head an inch away from smacking into the ceiling. Oh my god. Does that mean we get to go to the Grand Canyon? Does we get to go to the Grand Canyon, Amber? No, not unless history decides to rewrite itself. There are lots of canyons with ruins. One of them is the Grand Canyon, but most of them have been cleaned out for 100 years. Excuse me. What the hell? Choked down a groan. Indian ruins aren't exactly rarities around here. Maybe that other entry wasn't so bad after all. So we're looking for a place that was still being used in the 1850s. Marina hunkers down and thinks with me, wrinkles forming on her forehead as she tries to strain out an answer. Pretty sure she doesn't even know where to start, but at least she's trying. Well, there is one place. Marina hardly gets out of breath before I crush her dreams once again. Not the Grand Canyon. She slinks back into her chair and quietly pouts. It's still in Arizona, but it's a different place. Canyon de Chile. The Navajo weren't chased out of there until 1863, so the timing isn't too screwy. The place is loaded with ruins, too. I don't care if that's not what it's called. We're going with it. Canyon de Chile. I don't care to look it up and see what it's actually called, or if it's even real. Oh, are they Pueblo ruins? My flow of information stops. She knows what I'm talking about. She can actually pronounce it. Well, it's a good thing I didn't try to do a wacky shit. Excuse me. I didn't try to do a wacky mispronunciation. I would have been quite embarrassed. Yeah, I'm surprised you knew that. Yep, I've been reading some of those travel guides lying around. They're super interesting. Those things must be about as old as I am now. I didn't have the heart to throw them away when I was cleaning everything out. Yeah, that's how I did it. It's the best way to learn. Anyway, Canyon de Chile is pretty damn close to here. She gasps. So it might have lined up with the route he took. Well, can't be 100% positive, but I close my eyes and snap the book shut, the air between the pages puffing out at us. Then, with one eye open, shoot Marina a grin. I'm pretty sure. Arizona's highways are infamously boring. Nothing but hills. Up, down, up, down. There's nothing interesting to look at. Both sides of the roads are smothered in nondescript shrubs. Again, I am terribly sorry. I'm probably putting you people to sleep as much as I'm putting myself to sleep. It's part of the country where you just zone out and drive on autopilot. When we finally see a sign of the town of Chinle right next to the canyon, it feels like we're approaching the promised land. Marina looks up from the book she's reading just in time to miss the sign. Was that it? Was that it? Are we there yet? No. 40 miles to go, so about half an hour. She makes it sound like a pop balloon and goes back to reading. We take an exit into a tiny excuse for a town, one of those places that has a gas station and a few old houses. It's like Monopoly, where you buy up all the property you can, even though it's not that great. This is it? Marina repeats her earlier question as I slow down to turn left. No, almost. I don't even know what this place is called. She makes the pop balloon noise again, but leaves the book closed. When we finally reach Chinle, it's pretty obvious. This is the first real town we've seen in hours. The outskirts are industrial, dominated by what I assume are factories. A pair of stray dogs lope along the side of the road, hungry and lean. Marina makes a sound of sympathy, pressing her face against the glass as we pass them. Come on. I'm sorry. Hey, Amber. We're not getting a dog. But they're so cute. And we could dress them up in a bandana. And no. I've never gotten why people want to dress up their pets like people. It's cute. Marina pouts. I figured she was just joking, but I didn't actually think I would let her get a dog, right? I figured she was just joking, but she didn't actually think I would let her get a dog, right? You've got to be kidding me. It seems that all is forgiven by the time I pull into a gas station. She's bouncing in her seat with her usual enthusiasm, or maybe it's her bladder. My second guess might have been correct, because as soon as I shut off the engine, she darts out of the RV and into the store. While she does that, I fuel up. No telling when we'll see the next gas station. Could be 100 miles, and this thing drinks gasoline like a thirsty dog drinks water. By the time I finish, Marina still isn't back, so I lock up and head inside. The store is devoid of customers. It's unremarkable. It's usual selection of candy, chips, and overpriced beef jerky. I'm not hungry, just passing the time. Soon Marina trots out of the bathroom, glancing around. She spots me and heads over. Want anything? Duh. Let's see. I leave her to... You've got me. I leave her to agonize over the candy bars while I flip through some of the travel brochures beneath the window. There are a couple about Canyon de Chile, which is our destination just up the road. There are flyers for other Arizona attractions too, including the non-local ones. Of course, there are a few brochures for the Grand Canyon, plus a couple must-see sites in Phoenix, the capital. There's even an ad about a novelty that's just called The Thing in Tucson, but that's way far out of our way. Okay, I'm ready. I turn around. Marina has a couple king-size bars in her hands and a large bottle of Coke tucked under her arm. That's not in the art. It's wrong. I don't understand. Artist, you're lazy. You seriously need all that? I thought we could share. She gives me her best offended puppy impression. Fine. I still don't want anything, but I... Son of a bitch! I can't say no to that. Here, I'm gonna use the bathroom too. I'll meet you at the car. I place my wallet atop of the pallet of candy she's carrying and send her towards the attendant. When I come back to the bathroom, Marina's still talking to the clerk. There's a bag under her hand, so she must have already finished paying and got distracted talking. Famous last words, eh, Amber? I join the two of them. Closed off, so only the guided tours are open right now. Marina looks like she's seen a ghost. What's up? I take my wallet from where we were just sitting, forgotten on the counter. I was just asking about the canyon and tours and stuff. The clerk nods. Yeah, I was saying if you're here to sightsee, you might have some trouble. A lot of it is closed off because all the kids were coming and causing trouble looking for the treasure. Damn. I'm not surprised, but that's frustrating. What isn't closed off? Well, there's still some tours you can go on, most of them I think, but you can't do the self-guided ones. Marina looks at me, eyes wide. Clearly, she's expecting some sort of solution from me. I just smile at the attendant. Got it. Thank you. And lead a dumbstruck Marina out of the store. As I unlock the RV, Marina prances around me. What are we gonna do? Well, I'm gonna take a nap. She stops. Huh? I'm tired, so I'm going to nap for a little bit. I checked out one of the pamphlets. There's a tour at 6:30, so we'll join that and sneak off. Like, on our own? Yeah. Her eyes go wide again. Amber, you're a genius. I twist a lock of my hair around my finger and glance away. Her constant compliments are a little embarrassing, especially stuff that seems obvious to me. Thanks, it's not much of a plan, though. Yeah, but at least it's a plan. I thought we were gonna have to just give up or something. Nah, rules are made to be broken and all that. Feel a bit guilty that we'll be breaking the rules put in place because of people like us. But I can safely say that we'll be more careful than the average treasure hunter. Just picturing Mariah, I can easily see her smashing down ancient ruins in Heart Search. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. We're trying to sell my wife's car because we bought her a new car, and then the dealership wanted like $300 for it, so we said no. Um, sorry, it's he keeps texting. Sorry. Yeah, so the dealership give us like $300 for it. Um, and we were like, "Fuck that! It runs great. It just passed inspection, all this stuff." And so we're trying to private sell it, and we said 4K. Kelly Blue Book value puts it between 3,000 and 4,500. So we're like, okay, 4K gives us some wiggle room. This guy comes, looks at it, kicks the tires, does all that shit, and then he's like, "Well, I'll give you 2,500 for." Or no, he's like, "Well, where do you want to what's the price?" It's like, "Well, we said 4K in the, the ad. You knew that coming here." So I reiterated, it's like 4K. He's like, "Well, no, I'll do 2,500." Or no, he said 24 or something or yeah, something around those lines. And immediately I was like, "I'm not playing this fucking game." And like you knew how much it cost before you came out here. Oh, and his wife was going to the same school where me and my wife went. She was getting her master's. And he's like, "Come on, you know, do it for a fellow person who goes to school." I don't know if I've doxed myself enough to that where I go to school. Maybe you figured it out, but I'm not about to put it on blast. And immediately he like tried to pull that card and was just like, "I'm fucking done." Um, so I said 35, and he said 28, and then I said 32.50, and it doesn't go lower than that. And he's like, "Well, let me check the Kelly Blue Book value." I was like, "Go ahead. You're getting a deal at 32.5." And he's like, "Well, let me check the VIN." And then pulls up the Carfax. He's like, "It's been in 3 accidents." It's like, it works. You just fucking drove it around the neighborhood. There's no issues. It just passed inspection. It's got a couple dents in the bumper. If you want to fucking cry about it, cry about it. But that's fair condition, good market value. $3,250 is the lowest that we go. And then he just fucking like, oh, I don't want, don't make me have to go and travel all over the Metroplex trying to find a car. Man, I'm really looking for someone to help me out here. It's like, why the fuck are you trying to fuck me like this? It's like, can you fucking kiss me first? Jesus. And then, and I was just like, I don't care. I was like, that's not my problem that you can't find a car because you're a fucking cheapskate. And then he was like, well, you said 32.5, I said 28, so let's meet in the middle. I was like, first of all, no, motherfucker. I started at 4, you started at 24, so you started at 26, so you're only coming up 400. Well, I'm dropping down 1,000. So if you're going to even try to play that meet me in the middle bullshit, do not fucking come at me with that. But after talking to my wife for a second, because she wanted to be fucking done with it, she was like, 3K. That's the lowest we agreed that we would go. We would go 3K. And I was just like, fine. 3K, cash in hand. He's like, well, can I Zelle you? It's like, no, you can't fucking Zelle me. Cash, motherfucker, cash. It was in the ad. It's like these fucking people don't read. And then they show up and they're like, well, I know you said all this and I know I was aware of it, but no. I'm just gonna play dumb and try and figure it out. Try to take you for a sucker or something. I tell you what, I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. Just the whole process. It's just like, I don't know why. This is why people don't, or like they just sell their car to the dealership and get hosed on that because they don't want to deal with terrible people, and they're just trying to screw people over this day and age. Nobody's honest anymore. Nobody was ever honest to begin with. Let's be fair about that. Nobody's honest. Nobody. No. This is bullshit. Society's falling apart because we can't be honest with each other anymore. We can't be nice to each other. 2 years of pandemic, people forgot how to be nice outside. I had a gun pointed at me on the highway a couple weeks ago, and people forgot how to act in public. And it shows. And now that now that I've lost all my viewers from this weird rant that I went on about trying to sell a car, and have probably upset my wife in the process because I'm over here screaming about you guys having fun? I'm having fun. We're having a great time. I'm not sleep deprived at all. We're doing great. We're doing fun. This is fun. I'm glad we're having fun here together. I'm doing my art. Just picturing Mariah. I can easily see her smashing down ancient ruins in her search. But yeah, wake me up at 5:30 unless you're gonna nap too. Nope, I'm not tired anymore, so I'll just read some more. Alright, good night. Night. I leave her up in the front as I head back to my bed, falling into it. Amber, sweetheart. Famous last words over here. After bunching up my blankets around me, it doesn't take long before I fall asleep. Highway blossoms. No. I wake up slowly, fighting to keep my eyes open. In the back of my head, it feels like something's wrong. It takes me a minute to realize that I've overslept. It's 5:45. Marina was supposed to wake me up 15 minutes ago. Amber, settle the fuck down. You're fine. It's 15 minutes. Shut up. Marina, unless we're about to find out it was 6, or it's 5:45 in the morning. Oh, that's going to be wacky. Marina? I call her name, but I get no response. Rolling out of bed, I massage my eyes and stumble towards the front. Of course she's asleep, sprawled out on the dash with her head buried in her arms. It looks like she's been out for a while. Jerking her by the shoulder, I shake her awake. What? What's up, Amber? Her speech is slurred by sleepiness. I ignore the temptation to make a "not you" joke. How's that book you're reading? It's great. I just put it down to... A look of shock spread across her face. Mounting horror, she realizes the time. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I was going to get a nap, and then I forgot to set an alarm to wake me up. Yeah, that's what alarms are for. Sorry, wife. Okie dokie. Freaking out, she hurriedly tries to buckle her seatbelt, failing several times in her frenzy. Pat her on the shoulder and sit down. It's not even a big deal, but she's so worked up. It's cool. We're not late yet. Ready to go? Oh, that's right, because they've got the tour at 6. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, where the fuck do you need to go? Yeah, I forgot. I'm an idiot. Marina just nods, staring at the floor. I buckle up and turn the key. The engine roars to life, and I throw it in reverse. I have to crane my neck to make sure I don't run anyone over. Road signs direct us out of town and towards the canyon. After spending so long on the highway, going down these streets with lower speed limits feels restrictive. From the corner of my eye, I watch Marina. She's being abnormally quiet. She fixes her hair, pops her knuckles, rubs her shoulders, but doesn't say anything. Finally, I cave. What's wrong with you? Huh? What do you mean? Her tone of voice is stressed. Maybe I am more intimidating than I think. You're being weird. Super quiet. I didn't know if you were mad at me or not. What, for falling asleep? She nods. Pfft. Nah, I'm not mad. Trust me. You'd know for sure if I was. Told you it wasn't a big deal, didn't I? You promise? Yes. Yeah, I promise. Marina bounces in her seat, immediately cheerier. Okay, cool. Because, like, if you were mad at me, that would already be a bad sign. Sign of what? That we wouldn't be good partners, treasure hunting buddies. Oh, we're partners now, are we? You're the sidekick, right? No way. I'm totally the main character. We're here because of me. A laugh, causing her to turn away, smiling. She's a lot cuter when she smiles. They're falling in love. They're falling in love. They're falling in love. They're falling in love. When are they going to hold hands already? Just hold hands. I've been smiling more too as I realize. As I think that, it starts to make me sad again. Do I really deserve to be smiling right now? Oh, you emo bitch. Hey, Amber. Huh? Like she read my mind, Marina snaps me out of it. Can we listen to Super Crush again? You seriously liked that one? Super Crush was one of those groups that Gramps loved to show off to other people because they were so weird. All of the members played a different instrument on each album, so it was like a whole other band every time. Yeah, it was different, but in a good way. That's definitely true. With one hand on the steering wheel, I dig around in the bin of tapes by my feet. I flick my gaze between that and the road. Eventually, I find the one I'm looking for. It has a Halloween orange case with text that looks like slime. When it starts to play, Marina hums along. She's almost on key. I guess she liked it enough to remember how the songs go. I crank the volume, earning a grin from Marina. The sound is tinny and distorted at this level. More distorted than usual, I mean. But it's also more fun. Our smiles last all the way until we roll up to the near empty parking lot. As I turn the volume back down, I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am. Amber? Yeah? Shouldn't there be, other people waiting here? There probably should. What time is it? Marina twists around to check. 6:20? The hell, did they start early? There are other cars around, but they're occupied. My parking job is hasty. I take up two spaces, but I don't bother to correct it. We hurry out of the RV, almost forget the key in the ignition. I have to double back to grab it. Marina's already at the information desk, probably talking to a ranger, but then she turns back to me, the despair on her face visible even as it's getting dark. There's no one here! There aren't any lights outside either, probably closed at 6. I vaguely recall reading that in a brochure, but I thought there would still be someone around for tours. Don't panic. I jog back to the RV and unlock it again. Rummaging through the glove box, I pull out the little blue flashlight that Gramps gave me a few years ago. I click it on and off a couple times to make sure that works. After I lock everything back up, I join Marina by the unhelpful help desk. She's bouncing on her heels, hands clasped together. Hey, it's all right. Worst comes to worst, we'll just do it tomorrow. But, what if somebody else finds the treasure tonight? I don't have an answer for that one. Guess we'll just have to catch up then, huh? Turning on the flashlight, I swing the beam around. While there's still some daylight left, it isn't much. Maybe an hour and a half at the most. Or maybe half an hour at the most. Catch up to what? The tour group, silly. Even if we're late, they can't have left that long ago. And they'll be stopping a bunch. So we should be able to find them easily. By ourselves? Her voice is almost a squawk, like a surprised parrot. By ourselves? Well, yeah, I don't see anybody else around, do you? I swivel around, illuminating nothing but rocks and bushes. Come on, it'll be fun. It's not like there's going to be bears or mountain lions this close to a parking lot. Those kinds of things live here? If she didn't know that, then what is she afraid of? Probably, I don't know, but come on, we're wasting time. Marina whimpers, then, surprising me, she grabs my hand. Her hair is warm and sweaty. Yes, chat! They're holding hands! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Ah! I turn and look at her, meet her wide eyes. It looks like she might cry, and makes me regret being so pushy. We don't have to do it if you don't want to. She shakes her. Hang on. We don't have to do it if you don't want to. She shakes her head, but clings to me like a kid, her free hand buried in my clothes. If it were any brighter out, she'd see my face turn red. No, like I said, if we don't go now, someone else will beat us to it. Just stay close, okay? Yeah, of course. She lets me lead, but doesn't let go of my hand. A large wooden sign marks the start of the trail. So, are you scared of the dark? No answer. But you were fine at Ship Rock. That was different. Marina's arm jerks, but she doesn't let go. I was in a town with people and roads and no mountain lions. Okay, the zoom in really reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club. And I was really ready for a jump scare or something. So I was pretty spooked out there for a second, but we nailed it. So we're gonna go back and do that one more time. But you were fine at Ship Rock. That was different. That was in a town with people and roads and no mountain lions. Sorry, it's the fucking mouse wheel. The temptation to tease her is more. The temptation to tease her more is strong, but I don't. Every time a bird caws or something makes the bush shake, I feel her flinch a little. Somehow, even this side of her is cute. A little childish, sure, but it's nice to have her rely on me to keep her safe. To take her mind off things, I make small talk. So, what are you gonna do when you're filthy rich from the treasure? Sorry, what? I asked what you were gonna do with your share of the treasure. Oh, I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought about it. We're out here looking and you don't even have a plan for it? This is a spur of the moment thing. What about you, huh? I don't know either. Huh. See, I'm not... Yeah, but I wasn't planning on looking at it, you know? I haven't spent as much time thinking about it. I glance behind me to see Marina stick out her tongue. I laugh. But, let's see. I definitely need to pay off Gramps' hospital and funeral expenses. After that, I guess I should probably get the motorhome fixed up. It's not going to break on us or anything, but it is kind of old. Why not just buy a new one? Hell no. My response came out snappier than I intended. It has sentimental value, you know? I'd rather keep it than buy a newer, better car. I grew up in that thing. I could never just replace it. After that, I'd probably keep doing what I was doing before I met you. And what was that? Wandering. Don't you want to stop wondering sometime? My steps slow a bit. It's an innocent question, but it hits me hard. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. No. Sorry. My steps slow a bit. It's an innocent question, but it hits me hard. Not yet. No. I whisper it. See, I whisper it. Not yet. No. Marina catches up next to me, dropping my hand as she does so. At least I'm not the one without a goal. I poke her in the side and she squirms away a couple feet. Ow! Dork. It's hard to stay sad around her. As we round a corner in the curve, the tour group comes into view. Just ahead is a cluster of people, most of them armed with flashlights. It's hard to know for sure, but I can see at least a dozen different figures. The tour guide is shining his lights up at a rock face, illuminating some designs on it. Everyone has their backs to us. Try to be as sneaky as possible. We want to join up with them without them noticing. We've been there the whole time. If anyone notices us show up, then they might notice when we leave. Why do we have to join up in the first place? I don't know how to get to the ruins we're looking for. We'll stay with the group until the tour gets there, and then we'll sneak off. Marina nods. Okay, follow my lead. And remember, quiet as you can. We creep forward slowly. If someone were to turn around and see us, we'd look pretty suspicious. But nobody does. The lecture on the petroglyphs gets their full attention. Don't be suspicious. 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 Shout out if you know that from Parks and Rec and not TikTok. Because Parks and Rec is based and TikTok is cringe. Marina kicks a rock and I tense up, expecting that to break the spell. But we're close enough now that if it did, it might not matter. And we reach the back of the tour group without anyone noticing. I give Marina a thumbs up, which she returns. Anasazi ruins, some of the Navajo people still call the area home. There's a living community in the canyon who... I'm not too interested in hearing about the history of this place, so I turn back to Marina. She's looking up at the pictures, though she's looking up at the pictures too, though her eyes appear glazed over. When she catches me staring, she blinks and then smiles. I smile back, though I must look like an idiot just watching her instead of the lecture. To be fair, I do that to my wife all the time. She'll just be doing something and I'll just be like staring at her and she's always just like, what are you doing? Why are you looking at me? I'm like, I just like looking at you. Shout out if she's watching. I tried to make her a Twitch account I made her a Twitch account and then tried to get her to download it on her phone and I couldn't even get her to do that. So I would be amazed if she was watching, but I hope she is because that would be adorable. After a minute, the guide's speech concludes and we start to walk down the trail. Much to my dismay, before I can say anything, the woman in front of us turns around. Isn't that just crazy? Huh? It takes a second for me to understand that she's talking to me. She fits about every stereotype of redneck, from her huge hat to her baby strapped to her chest. She'd probably be attractive if not for the layer of sunscreen coating her face. Even though it's nearly nighttime, they make her look like a ghost. I said, isn't that just crazy what he was saying about the Indians and how they used to communicate with each other? Yeah. Even if I had wanted to talk to her, I still had no idea what the guide had said. They were just so darn clever. Really makes you wonder how they all ended up dying out, huh? I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still alive, and some of them live here in the canyon. I'd heard that much at least, but apparently not everyone did. For a second, the woman looked at me like I was crazy, and she burst up laughing. Sorry. You're absolutely right. I was thinking of them Aztecs down in Mexico. Her laugh is more like a bray. She sounds like a farm animal. In my head, I keep hoping she'll turn around and leave us alone. But we're not so lucky. She keeps chatting us up as we follow down the trail, and I'm self-conscious about how noisy she's being compared to the low noise level of the others. Say, isn't that where the name Texas comes from? From Aztec? Before I can answer, she's shouting at someone else. Howard! Hey, Howard, come here! By now, nearly everyone is looking at us. Ma'am, can you please keep your voice down? Oops, sorry. She apologizes loudly. So much for staying inconspicuous. Howard makes his way over. He looks rather defeated, his face drooping and shoulders sagging. I figure he's the woman's husband. Yes, dear. I was just talking to this girl about history, and I was wondering, does the name Texas have anything to do with the Aztecs, since the words sound kind of similar? I don't think so. Huh. Go figure. She cackles again. Beside her, Howard sighs. For his sake, I hope her family's loaded or something. Every time she laughs, the baby on her chest bounces. But luckily, the kid sleeps right through it all. Maybe he's used to this. Anyway, I must have left my manners back in Wisconsin. My name's Linda. This is my husband, Howard. This little chap right here, she thrusts herself and the baby towards me, is Dino. That just the cutest name. I don't know how to do a Wisconsin accent, and I'm already married to this accent, so we're just going to keep rolling with this until we don't. So, deal. I just grunt in response. I'm trying to see up around her, where the guide is alternating between shooting Linda death glares and trying to narrate the walk. If he said anything useful about the canyon in the past couple minutes, I've missed it entirely. Glancing over at Marina, who has pulled away a couple feet, it looks like she's enjoying my torture in struggling silence. Tears has formed around the corner of her eyes, glittering in the daylight. They're the good kind of tears, the kind from laughing too much. Her hand is smushed over her mouth, and she's shaking with the effort of staying silent. There's no way I can let her get away with that, especially since I need to get closer to the front for now. I grab her arm and tug her over into Linda's line of sight. I'm Jane. The enthusiasm of my voice is so forced. I like that. And this is my friend Malacy. I use fake names just to be safe. Marina limply shakes Linda's hand, which grabbed hers, and the mirth has vanished from Marina's face. Good. Nice to meet you. Linda pumps her arm like a guillotine, grinning broadly and yet still managing to walk. It's so good to see young people taking an interest in history and nature and all that. Are y'all from around here? We're originally from Tennessee, but we moved to Wisconsin. And okay, see, good. She said redneck. Amber said redneck, and so I adopted a redneck accent. And then she's like, Wisconsin. And I was like, fuck, they don't have rednecks in Wisconsin, at least those that I'm not familiar with. But they're from Tennessee, so it's okay. Having been properly introduced, I leave Marina to suffer through the family history. I shift away and walk ahead, passing by most of the tour group so that I can better hear the guide. For a while, he talks about the wildlife and the history of the park. After a couple minutes, though, the lessons become more relevant. We'll be coming up. We'll be coming up on the Mummy Cave ruins here in just a little bit. That's one of the better known sites in the canyon. 700 years ago, it was a bustling Puebloan village. We can't get too close to the ruins, so unfortunately it might be a little late to really see them clearly tonight. While the Mummy Cave itself hasn't ever been open to the public. That's all I needed to know. Start to slip back towards Marina. Looks like she's still being held hostage by tales of Wisconsin family adventures. Linda notices me approaching. Oh, Jane, there you are. I was just telling Lacey about one of the cows I helped birth when I was younger. Not sure how the conversation went from introductions to cow birth in such a short span of time, but I'm not curious enough to ask. When I rejoin Marina, she mouths two words: "Save me." I don't know how to get her out of this one. Annoyance aside, it'll be impossible to slip away with Linda's attention on us. But it seems like we're in luck. After a round another. Fuck! But it seems we're in luck. As we go around another bend in the road, something more interesting than Marina and me comes into view. Oh, Howard, look! This is it. This is those mummy ruins I was telling you about. Linda elbows forward, moving ahead of us. You girls, make sure you get to a good spot. You're gonna want to see this, even if it's dark out. She forges ahead, her husband trailing dutifully. As he passes, I think I hear him say, sorry, though I'm not certain. Once they're out of earshot, Marina makes a sound like a train letting out steam. Tsh! Oh, my God. I thought I was going to explode. My ears, or my head, or my brain, or something. I saw you laughing and figured it wasn't fair if I was the only one who had to suffer. I'd take it all back if I could. Seriously, though. First she was talking about herself, and then her kid, and then about her childhood, and then she started talking about growing up on a farm. Somehow she ended up going on about cows having babies and how messy it is. I don't even know. Is it? Or how it all is? I don't know. You're not interested in that stuff? No. Gross, gross, gross. She wrinkles up her face as she says it. I giggle, but then turn serious real fast. Okay, listen. Because it's dark, the group probably isn't going to stop and look at the mummy cave ruins for very long, so we'll have to wait until we can sneak away again. Then go there ourselves. How far away are they? No idea, but I can't see it from here. Just follow my lead again. Got it. We've been at the very back group for the entire time. The people right in front of us are much less interested than Linda was, so I doubt anyone will I don't think anyone will notice if we go missing. When we reach a railing, the guide stops to point out the ruins. They're across a small valley, a couple 100 yards away. In the darkness, it is almost impossible to see them. They're just a dark smudge against the even darker background of a mountaintop. Marie and I are a few yards away from the group, too. I pretend to inspect something on a rock, though there's nothing there. As the short speech ends and the guide starts to lead everyone on again, I dart behind a rock and crouch down. Marina quickly follows. I can see her start to say something, but I cut my hand over her mouth before she can get a word out. Silently, I shake my head. Marina nods twice, so I uncover her face. In my head, I count to 60. Once a minute has passed, I peel myself away from the rock and I stand back up. We should be safe now. Marina's face lights up as she clasps her hands. I notice she's taken out the journal page with the hiding spots again. That was so cool. It was like something out of a video game when you just like sneak away right in front of everyone. I guess so, but we still can't be noisy. They're not gonna be that far away. No flashlights either. This close up, I can see her face fall flat at that. Don't worry. I'll be right beside you. Forever. And on that note, you don't have to listen to me yawn anymore because I am calling it a night. The guy's going to be here to pick up the car any moment, so I got to go bounce. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We did part 3 of Highway Blossoms. It's so great. Are we just going to hop the fence and walk? Okay, no, I got to save. Okay. Yes. All right. Greetings from Canyon de Chile. All right. We had fun tonight. I had fun tonight. This was great. Thank you for coming to hang out. Thank you for, I hope you enjoyed my storytelling. I hope you enjoy it so far. I hope you come back every Tuesday. We're going to do every Tuesday from now until the heat death of the universe. we're going to do something similar. We're going to finish up Highway Blossoms, and then we'll move on to probably, I don't know. I've got so many games. I'm seriously looking at it. I think I've got at least 40 visual novels, the vast majority of which I have not touched. So we'll get there when we get there. Probably most of them we won't be able to play because I don't know. I don't know which ones have 18 plus. I know there's a lot. There's not a lot that are banned on Twitch. I don't have Rape Simulator or anything. You can check. That's actually a game, by the way. I did not realize that was a game until I saw that it was banned on Twitch. It was like, oh, darn. I was going to play Rape Simulator, but now I can't. Ugh, fucking Twitch ruins everything. No, but seriously. We'll do... You know the drill. Every Tuesday, 7:30, 7:45-ish, we'll be here. It's going to be fun. We're having fun. Hope you like my stories. Hope you like my voices. Drop me a line on Discord. Drop me a line on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. I'm putting these streams up a day or so after on YouTube, along with my Choo Choo Charlie streams, which I do either on Saturdays or Sundays, depending on what day I'm able to stream. So if you're following me on YouTube, you can check out all the past streams or those past streams there. If I'm doing something narratively, I'm probably going to keep it there as for safekeeping, just so I can spread it around. It'll be fun. Anyway, tomorrow is up in the air. We may or may not do something. If we do something, it'll probably be World of Warships because it's Wednesday. And I've got my red shirt. I have like 8 of these, so don't feel like I'm wearing the same shirt over and over and over again. I got a bunch of them on sale at once, and so it's just easy to wear these around the house. So it's beneficial that I get to say, bring me my red shirt when I go to play warship games, because I have lots of red shirts. Red is my favorite color. There's that deep crack the sky lore you've been looking for. Yeah, so tomorrow, maybe World of Warships, maybe Fork Knife, I don't know. Who knows? I really am sucked into World of Warships. It's so much fun. If you're not playing that, play it. At least try it out. It's fun. If you're into like combat simulation and all that other stuff, if you're looking for like if you're looking for a fast-paced shooter, you're going to hate it. But if you're looking for something that's got a slow burn, a lot of strategy, a lot of math, thinking on the fly. Trust me, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos today, and it was like, you have to have the angle of this shell for this ship could cause it to penetrate or over penetrate depending on the angle of fire. It's like, I point and click, point and click, point and click, and I pick it up as I go. I don't have time to pull out a protractor and do some calculus. Not important. Tomorrow, potentially World of Warships. Follow me on Twitter. I'll let you know. If not, Thursday. We're continuing Throwback Thursday. If you'll remember, last week I lost my shit at Doom 64. And he said, fuck it. We played Halo. We got through we landed on the Halo. So, we're at least there. So we're going to be playing through more Halo. Just the story mission. If you are interested in teaming up with me for a collaboration, let me know. If you want to do Throwback Thursday and we get on co-op, hop on. Let me know. I'm always down to do that. If you want to hop on for Fortnite, do it. If you want to hop on for World of Warships, do it. If you've got something on Game Pass you think is really fun and you want to play it with me, let me know. I've got Game Pass. I've got lots of stuff on Epic. I've got lots of stuff on Steam. I am open to new and exciting possibilities. I am always open to making friends. So with that, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you. You could have watched anyone in the world tonight, but you watched me, and I will always be grateful for that. With that, have a good night.